All right, my Scorpio friends, how are you today? Happy New Year to you. Aaron here bringing you your monthly horoscope for Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. If you're new to this channel, please check it out. We're doing daily astrology videos every single day. That's going to dive a little bit deeper into the aspects that we're going to talk about now, as this is a general overview of the month of January ahead. Okay, so again, happy New Year to you. We've got a jam-packed 2020 coming up. Okay, January is no exception. There's so much energy going on top of the year that's just going to be game changer, life changer. All right, let's get right into it. Right on the 1st and the 2nd, we have Mercury, our planet of information, communication, trade goods, meeting up with Jupiter, our planet of more, planet of abundance, of having faith, our planet of higher knowledge and higher learning and education, right? And this is happening here in your 3rd house. Okay, so a lot of the energy that's going on this year is in your 3rd house. Really powerful stuff, meaning there's a lot of new information coming your way that you have to sift through. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that's like, hey, maybe I was, maybe I was right about everything, maybe I was wrong about everything, but it's very important to look at both sides of the coin, okay? And that is going to be a constant theme for this entire year of 2020 for you. Again, looking at both sides of the coin. So right off the gate, Mercury here, I mean, I've got this fast forwarded to the 11th, but on the 1st and the 2nd, Mercury is going to meet up with Jupiter. Okay, so this is about abundant new information coming in and new ways to communicate. All right, so as the Scorpio, the depth of the Scorpio, this sometimes the mystery that lies within the Scorpio. There's a little bit of a veil of mystery, and this is saying like, look, I need to communicate more. I need to allow the information to come out. It's going to be better for myself. It's going to be better for the other individual that I'm working with, my partner, my lover, my business partner, my friends, my family. So it's like allowing that information to come out and really questioning self. If again, maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong, maybe you were right, maybe you were wrong, maybe we were both right and both wrong at the same time, which is a very good possibility. Again, this is the 3rd house. Also deals with siblings, some family members. And again, it's just about information in general. So a lot of new information coming your way. Now on the 3rd, this has already happened here because I've got this scooted ahead. Mars has been in your 1st house. There's been so much energy going on in your 1st house since September of 2019. We had a Mercury retrograde in your 1st house that was, very long, drawn out, kind of difficult to deal with. We've been dealing a lot with, moving through our shadow. Okay, moving through the pieces, the old pieces of us that no longer serve us. It's just like setting down the weight, setting down the armor, taking off our armor and putting it down so we can go meditate and be free, or to go dance and be free, or to go to yoga and be free. So there's a lot of weight that we've been holding on to, that the Scorpio energy has been holding on to. That's just like, look, this no longer serves us. I've got to let this stuff go. So that which has been, begun in September of 2019 is finally coming to an end by the 3rd of January 2020. Okay, so Mars is going to enter your 2nd house, moving from your 1st to the 2nd, which means what? It's about money. This is about material possessions, about goods coming in. Okay, so it's just like eyes are set. Mars is the planet of acceleration, so it's like foot on the gas pedal. We're going to be making that money. 2020 is not a year, of laying around. We're getting stuff done. There's a lot of new information coming our way, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done, and I'm about action right now, okay, which is a really positive thing. And your 2nd house being the sign of Sagittarius, it is about having faith. It's just like, look, if the foot's on the gas pedal, we don't know where this windy road is going, but we know that we can trust the road in front of us. We know that we can trust the headlights of our car. We know that we can trust the guardrails and the signs that are going to tell us, the new information that's coming in to allow us to navigate properly to get us to where we're going to go. Okay, so that's really powerful aspect. So again, that's happening on the 3rd and will be there the entire month of January. Let me come back to the chart here. Now on the 8th and 9th, Mercury is going to meet up with the Sun. Okay. So it's like all this new information that we learned here in the beginning of the month on the 1st and the 2nd, the new information's coming in. We're going to be able to really start to communicate that stuff on the 8th and the 9th. Okay, and then as well on the 9th, there's going to be a lunar eclipse here. Okay, so this is a little bit off of the nodes, so the moon's going to be up here, connected with the north node in your 9th house, and the south node is here connected with the sun. Again, this is a loose lunar eclipse, but it's still a lunar eclipse. Anything within 18 degrees, we're still going to see the effects on the sun or the moon. So these lunar eclipse energies, these are just eclipses in general, are Uranian energy. You know, Uranus being that breakthrough planet, the planet of aha, okay, the eureka moment. So this eclipse is like a brand new awakening coming up. All right, so the north node is in your 9th house. 9th house, again, is about having faith in our journey. It's about, again, the higher learning. It's about travel, you know, traveling to obtain this greater knowledge, traveling to obtain, you know, whatever it is that we need to absorb for us to embody and become whatever it is that we're seeking out. Okay, again, Mars being in Sagittarius. Those two play very hand in hand together. And then the sun connected with the south node is going to be in your 3rd house. Again, it's about information. This is kind of shining the spotlight and saying, like, you know, I've learned something, and I'm simply like monkey see, monkey do, repeating back information that I've learned that I've thought was proper. You know, so it's like the telephone game. It's the perfect example. You know, it's like, well, you said this and you said this, but the source of where we heard the information, maybe we're repeating it back exactly how we heard it, but it got screwed up somewhere down the line. You know, so this is a huge reevaluation of the information that we have, that we've been holding on to, that we've been clinging to as truth, and it's just saying, maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe I'm wrong about a lot of things. Maybe I was wrong about this. And it's surrendering those ideas. So Saturn is at the 21st degree right now, and it was going to stay there for the first, you know, week and a half of this new year. And Saturn is saying, I have to surrender. I have to surrender to the idea that I could be wrong. You know, I have to surrender this. And if I do, if I'm willing to surrender, let me come back here, what happens next is the Saturn-Pluto conjunction at the 22nd degree, okay? And this is about receiving the rewards, okay? If we choose to surrender, if we choose to let go, if we choose to see things from the other person's point of view, if we choose to look at this bigger picture, and this eclipse happening again, you know, in your 9th house, again, is about having faith, trusting the journey that's unfolding. And if we do this, if we really allow ourselves to, you know, be vulnerable, put our guard down, there is a great reward that's coming our way for doing that. A great nugget of knowledge, a great sense of insight that's coming to us that is absolutely life-changing, okay? So then on the 12th, Mercury is going to meet up with Saturn and Pluto as this connection becomes exact, all right? Then on the 13th, the Sun is going to meet up with Saturn and Pluto, okay? The Sun is the hero of our journey, the ego expression, okay? So it's just like, okay, now I've learned all this information. I'm willing to kind of surrender. I'm willing to let go of certain things. I'm willing to accept the fact that, you know, some new outcome has changed. Something has shifted, okay? And because of this surrendering, we're going to receive these beautiful rewards and embody it, completely changing ourselves, you know. This is like little increments day by day, and staying consistent with this. Staying consistent with being open, staying consistent to new perspectives, okay? As well on the 13th, Venus, which has been in your 4th house of home and family, is going to move to your 5th house, okay, in the sign of Pisces. Now, Venus is exalted in Pisces, okay? It's her favorite place to be in the entire zodiac. Why? Because Venus is everything that we want, love, and desire. And Pisces is all about our dreams, our imagination, our creativity, poetry, and beautiful films that inspire us, you know, things that inspire. It's a beautiful way to look at it. And that's going to be your 5th house, okay? So this is like our self-expression, you know? So Venus coming in there, it's just like you're going to be able to express what you love. You're going to be able to express what you desire. And doing it through a creative way. which is really fun. So it's like all this new information's coming in, new ways to view things, new ways to talk and communicate about things. And then I get to be able to express those things, not from the ego, not from just a place up top in the brain, of fear or of knowing, it's like you're expressing from your heart. Okay, and people are going to see that and then say, "Oh my God, Scorpio, look at you. There has been this great shift that's happened, and I'm blown away by it." And it's again because you're leading with your heart. Okay, so it's a very exciting aspect. That's on the 13th. Then on the 20th, the sun is going to move into the sign of Aquarius. Okay, so it's going to move out of your third house of Capricorn into your fourth house, which is about home and family front. So it'll be there for the whole month, right? And it's a futuristic thinking kind of, it's a futuristic thinking sign. It's a sign of community. So this is like, well, am I opening up my home? Am I opening up my doors to inviting new people into my life, to inviting a soul tribe kind of a connection to me? There's a way, it's like, maybe I'm reviewing how I have my space set up, and can I apply this, to do an arts and crafts day or something like that? Is there something that we can do in the home front that's going to change, that's going to allow my doors to open for community, for friends and family to enjoy this with me? All right, so that's on the 24th is the new moon. So the sun moves in on the 20th, then 24th is the new moon. New moons are new beginnings, again happening in your fourth house. So same or similar kind of energy, but where it's like our emotional moon is what we need. So this is like, all right, if I had a glimpse of this on the 20th through the 23rd, now this new moon connection is like, okay, this is what I've got to do. We've got to continue to do this. We've got to open up this space to have a community night, or to have, get-togethers, or again, some sort of a workshop leading through the home, or something along these lines. And you'll resonate. You'll figure out what that is and come into alignment with it. On the 27th now, Venus is going to meet up with Neptune in your fifth house. Okay. Beautiful connection. It is my favorite connection of the entire year. The Sun-Jupiter days, which just happened in the beginning of December, is like one of the luckiest days of the year. Venus-Neptune days is one of the most loveliest days of the year, okay? Because again, Neptune is everything you dream. It is your imagination, and no one can limit your dreams. We can limit how much, water you can fit into a jug. We can limit how many, hours are in a day. We can limit anything in this physical reality. We can put a limit to it. Okay, that's Saturn's job. That's Capricorn's job, to put a limit. And in Pisces and Neptune, it says it's boundless. This is limitless. You are free to love. You are free to love as deep as you want. You are free to desire as much as you want. You are free to be an abundant source of energy. Okay, so that's on the 27th, and that's again one of the most beautiful days of the year. And now that connection is on the 27th between Neptune and Venus in the sign of Pisces, is going to create a fate-like energy over to Saturn and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, it's a septile. And we'll talk about those more deeply in the daily videos here if you stay tuned. So that septile energy is fate. Okay, this is fate moving in and saying, like, I'm giving you this gift. I want you to have this. I want everything that you've been, feeling in your heart. I want you to manifest that in this physical reality. You deserve this because you've been holding on to it so much, and now you're open to receiving it, okay, which is the key. We're not holding on with closed fists. We're holding on here in the heart with open arms and open hands, okay? So that's on the 27th, and then on the 28th, the moon is going to connect with them as well. So the moon is our emotional needs. Venus is what we love, want, and desire. Neptune is our creativity, our imagination, and our dreams. So having all three of those aligning on the 27th through the 28th, again, is just like, it's just a recipe of ooey gooey lovely awesomeness. Okay, so that's kind of the last like astrological aspects of the month, and then the moon's going to move into Aries to start a new journey, and that's going to connect with Chiron there in your sixth house. So it's just like, how can I give back to other people? How can I take all of this lovely ooey gooey energy? How can I take everything that I've learned through this month, through September of 2019? That was a hard month. It was a hard month. It was a hard several months from September through January, okay? And now again is like receiving the rewards for doing that work, receiving the acknowledgement for setting down the weight that no longer serves you, and for opening up. You know, the Scorpio energy is beautiful to open up, and opening up that communication, lifting that veil just a little bit, lifting that mystery just a little bit, and allowing others into your lives and allowing yourselves to communicate with other people. All right, so it's a beautiful new journey ahead. Again, if you're new, check it out. The daily videos go very in depth to all of these aspects. Thank you so much. I hope you had a happy new year, and we'll see you tomorrow.